Chapter 1. The Small House and the Sad Girl. My name is Anna. I am 25 years old. I live in a small white house. The house is in a small town. The town is quiet and green. There are small shops, a beautiful park, and a big blue river. I like my town. I like my house. My house has a red door, a small kitchen, a small living room, and one bedroom. In front of the house, there are yellow flowers. I love flowers. They look beautiful in the sun. I live in this house with David. David is my husband. He is 27 years old. David is tall. He has short brown hair and brown eyes. He has a big smile. Usually, he is a very kind man. We married 2 years ago. Our wedding day was beautiful. It was a sunny Saturday in June. I wore a white dress. David wore a black suit. We danced. We laughed.
We ate a big cake with strawberries. David looked into my eyes and said, "Anna, I love you. I want to make you happy every day." On that day, I felt like a queen. I was the happiest girl in the world. We bought our small white house. We went to the park every Sunday. We cooked dinner together every evening. We talked about our day. We talked about our future. We wanted to have children. We wanted to buy a bigger car. Our life was very good. Our life was full of love. But now, life is different. Now, life is not happy. Everything is changing, and I do not know why. Today is a rainy Tuesday in October. The sky is dark and gray. Big drops of water are hitting the bedroom window. Tap, tap, tap. The wind is blowing through the trees. The yellow flowers in the garden are wet and sad. I am sitting on the bed. I am looking at the wall. The house is very quiet. It is 6 o'clock in the morning. David is sleeping next to me.
He is breathing slowly. He looks peaceful. I look at his face. I want to touch his hair. I want to kiss his cheek. But I do not move. I stay still. There is a cold feeling in my heart. A big, heavy thought is in my mind. The thought does not go away. It stays with me all day and all night. The thought is this: David does not love me anymore. Why do I think this? Because David is different now. He does not look at me. When I talk, he does not listen. He does not smile when he sees me. When he comes home, he is tired and angry. He does not hold my hand. He does not say, "Good morning, Anna." He does not say, "Good night, Anna." He is like a stranger. He lives in my house, but his heart is not here. I look at the gray window. I feel a hot tear on my cheek. It is a slow, sad tear. Then another tear falls. I am crying silently in the dark room. "Why, David?" I whisper in my mind. "What did I do wrong? Why do you not love me anymore?" David moves in the bed. He opens his eyes. He looks at me. His eyes are cold. There is no warmth in them. There is no love. "Why are you awake, Anna?" he asks. His voice is flat. It is not sweet. "I cannot sleep, David," I say softly. "The rain is loud." "Go back to sleep. It is too early," he says. He turns his back to me. He pulls the heavy blanket over his shoulders. He does not ask why I am sad. He does not see my tears. He does not care. I close my eyes and feel the coldness in the room. This is the beginning of a very long, very hard day. Chapter 2. The Silent Breakfast.
At 7 o'clock, the alarm clock makes a loud noise. Beep, beep, beep. David gets out of bed quickly. He does not look at me. He takes his clothes and goes to the bathroom. I hear the water running in the shower. I stand up slowly. My body feels heavy. My heart feels heavier. I walk into the small kitchen. The kitchen is clean, but it feels cold today. I want to make a good breakfast for David. Maybe a good breakfast will make him happy. Maybe he will smile. Maybe he will talk to me today. I open the fridge. I take out 4 eggs, some milk, and some butter. I put a pan on the stove. I break the eggs into the pan. Fry, fry, fry. The smell of the eggs fills the kitchen. Next, I put 2 pieces of bread into the toaster. I open a jar of strawberry jam. Strawberry jam is David's favorite. He loves sweet things. Then I make coffee. I put the black coffee beans into the machine. The machine makes a loud noise, and then the warm, rich smell of coffee comes out. I put 2 white cups on the wooden table. I put the eggs, the toast, and the jam on 2 plates. Everything looks nice. It looks like a breakfast for a happy husband and a happy wife. David walks into the kitchen. He is wearing his work clothes. He wears a blue shirt and dark trousers. He works in a big bank in the city. He is an accountant. He works with numbers all day. He is very good at his job. He sits down at the table. He takes his phone out of his pocket. He starts looking at the screen. Tap, tap, swipe. His eyes are fixed on the phone. "Good morning, David," I say. I try to make my voice sound cheerful. I smile at him. David does not lift his eyes from his phone. "Morning," he says. It is a short word. It is a cold word. I sit down across from him. I pour the hot black coffee into his cup. "Here is your coffee, David. It is hot and fresh." "Thanks." He takes the cup with one hand. His other hand is still on his phone. He drinks a little coffee. He does not look at me. "I made eggs and toast for you," I say. "With strawberry jam, your favorite." "I am not very hungry," he says. He takes a small bite of the toast. He chews slowly. He looks bored. He looks like he wants to be somewhere else. He does not want to be in this kitchen. He does not want to be with me. The kitchen becomes completely silent. The only sound is the rain outside. Drop, 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 and the sound of David's fork hitting the plate. Click, click. I look at him. I want to break this silence. The silence hurts my ears. It hurts my heart. "David?" I say. "Yes?" He answers. He still looks at his phone. "How is your work at the bank? Are you busy?" "Yes, always busy," he says. "Do you have many numbers to check today?" I ask. I try to find something to talk about. "Yes," he says. "David, look at me, please," I say. My voice is shaking a little. David stops. He puts his phone down on the table. He looks up at me. His face is serious. He looks annoyed. "What is it, Anna? I have to go to work soon. I do not have time for games." "It is not a game, David," I say. I look into his brown eyes. I look for the man I married. I look for the love, but I see nothing. "You are very quiet." "You are always quiet now. You never talk to me. Did I do something wrong? Are you angry with me?" David sighs. It is a long, tired sigh. "No, Anna,
I am not angry. I am just tired. I work hard. I have a lot of stress at the bank. That is all. Stop asking these questions. But you don't smile anymore, I say. A tear escapes my eye and runs down my face. You don't hold my hand. You don't say you love me. 2 years ago, you talked to me all the time. Now you are like a ghost. David stands up from the table. His plate is still full of eggs. He leaves the toast. He drinks the rest of his coffee quickly. I don't have time for this, Anna, he says. His voice is sharp now. I am going to work. Don't start a fight in the morning. I am not starting a fight, I shout softly. I am just sad. David walks out of the kitchen. He goes to the hallway. He puts on his big black coat. He takes his black bag. I follow him to the front door. I stand in the hallway. My hands are cold. Have a good day, David, I say. I still hope he will kiss me goodbye. Usually, husbands kiss their wives before they go to work. David used to kiss my forehead every single day. David opens the red door. The cold wind comes inside the house. He does not look back. He does not kiss me. He does not say goodbye. He just walks out into the rain. He closes the door. Bang! The door is closed. I am alone in the hallway. The house is silent again. I walk back to the kitchen. I look at the table. The 2 plates of food are there. The coffee is getting cold. The white cups look lonely. I sit down on the floor in the middle of the kitchen. I put my head on my knees and I cry. I cry loud today. My heart is breaking into 1,000 small pieces. He doesn't love me anymore, I tell the empty room. He really doesn't love me anymore. Chapter 3. The Long Day and the Flower Shop. At 9 o'clock, I leave the house. I have a job too. I work in a small flower shop in the center of the town. The shop is called the Green Leaf. It is a beautiful shop. It is full of different flowers. There are red roses, white lilies, yellow tulips, and blue hydrangeas. The smell in the shop is always wonderful. It smells like springtime, even on a cold, rainy day in October. I walk to work. I have a big red umbrella. The rain is heavy. The water on the street makes small pools. Splash, splash, go my shoes. The wind tries to take my umbrella, but I hold it tight. My face is cold and my eyes are red from crying. When I arrive at the shop, I open the door. A small bell rings. Ring, ring. The shop is warm. My boss is already there. Her name is Clara. Clara is an old woman. She is 60 years old. She has white hair, kind blue eyes, and a very warm smile.
She is like a mother to me. She knows everything about flowers, and she knows a lot about life. "Good morning, Anna," Clara says cheerfully. She is cutting the stems of some red roses. Then she looks at my face. Her smile disappears. She puts the scissors down. "Oh, Anna, my dear girl, what is wrong? Your eyes are very red. Are you crying?" I try to hide my face. I take off my wet coat. "No, Clara. It is just the wind. The wind is very strong today. It hurts my eyes." Clara walks to me. She puts her warm hand on my shoulder. Gently. "Anna, you cannot lie to me. I know you. You are sad. Is it David again?" I look at Clara, and I cannot stop myself. I start to cry again. Clara hugs me. She holds me tight. Her clothes smell like roses and lavender.
"Come, sit down," she says gently. She leads me to a small room in the back of the shop. There is a small table and 2 chairs. Clara makes a pot of hot chamomile tea. She gives me a white cup. Drink this, Anna. It is warm and good for sadness. I take a sip of the hot tea. The warmth goes into my body, but my heart is still frozen. Tell me, Anna, Clara says softly. What happened? Oh, Clara, I say. My voice is weak. David is a different man. He doesn't talk to me. He doesn't look at me. Today, I made a beautiful breakfast, but he didn't care. He was only looking at his phone. He didn't kiss me goodbye. He didn't even say goodbye. He works all the time, and when he is home, he is like a stranger. I know he doesn't love me anymore. Clara listens to me. She looks at her tea. Her face is sad. Why do you think he stopped loving you? Anna, did you have a big argument? No, I say. We never argue. That is the problem. We don't argue because we don't talk. If I ask a question, he gives me one word. Yes, no, okay. I am tired. That is all. I feel so alone, Clara. I live with my husband, but I am completely alone in that house. Clara sighs. She takes my hand. Her hand is wrinkled and warm. Anna, men are difficult sometimes. When they have problems, they don't talk. They close their mouths. They go inside their own minds. Maybe he has a big problem at the bank. Maybe he is worried about money, or his boss, or his job. But he used to share everything with me, I say. When he was stressed before, he held my hand and said, Anna, I am stressed today. Then we talked, and he felt better. Now he shuts me out. He doesn't want my help. He doesn't want my love. I see his eyes, Clara. There is no light in them when he looks at me. When a man loves a woman, his eyes show it. David's eyes are blank, like a gray sky. Clara stays quiet for a minute. She looks out the small window of the back room. Then she looks back at me. Anna, you must be strong. Love is not always easy. Sometimes it is like the seasons. Summer is warm and beautiful. Winter is cold and dark. Maybe your love is in the winter right now. You must wait for the spring. You must try to talk to him again. Not in the morning when he is running to work. Talk to him tonight. Make a nice dinner. Sit down with him. Tell him how you feel. Give him one more chance to open his heart. I look at my cup of tea. I think about Clara's words, winter and spring. Can our love become warm again? Is it possible? Okay, Clara, I say. I wipe my tears with a napkin. I will try. Tonight, I will cook a wonderful dinner. I will buy his favorite meat. I will buy a bottle of red wine. I will talk to him seriously. I will ask him the truth. That is a good girl, Clara says, smiling again. Now, let's go work with the flowers. Flowers always make the world better. All day I work in the shop. I clean the leaves. I put water in the vases. I help the customers. One young man comes into the shop. He has a big smile. He wants to buy a bouquet of flowers for his girlfriend. She loves yellow roses, the young man says. His eyes are bright. He is very excited. It is her birthday today. I want to give her something beautiful because I love her very much. I look at the young man. I feel a sharp pain in my chest. 2 years ago, David was like this young man. He bought me yellow roses every month. He looked so happy when he gave them to me. Now, he doesn't give me flowers. He doesn't even give me his time. I make a beautiful bouquet of yellow roses for the young man. I tie it with a nice green ribbon. Here you are, I say, trying to smile. Your girlfriend will love them. Thank you, he says. He pays the money and runs out of the shop into the rain. He doesn't care about the rain. He is happy because he is in love. I watch him through the window. I feel a deep envy in my heart. I want to be that girl. I want to have a man who loves me like that. At 5 o'clock, the shop closes. I say goodbye to Clara. "Good luck tonight, Anna," Clara says. "Be patient. Be strong." "Thank you, Clara," I say. I walk to the supermarket. I buy some good beef, potatoes, carrots, and a bottle of expensive red wine. I spend a lot of money, but I don't care. This dinner is very important. This dinner is for my marriage. This is the night I find out the truth. Chapter 4. The Beautiful Dinner and the Clock. I arrive home at 6 o'clock. The rain is still falling, but it is lighter now. Mist is rising from the ground. The air smells damp and cold. I walk into the house and go straight to the kitchen. I take off my wet shoes and put on my slippers. I turn on the kitchen lights. The warm yellow light makes the room look better. I start to cook immediately. I cut the beef into small pieces. I peel the potatoes and the carrots. I put everything into a big pot with some oil, salt, and pepper. I add some water and some herbs. It is a traditional beef stew. David loves beef stew. It takes 2 hours to cook, but it tastes wonderful. The meat becomes very soft and the sauce becomes thick and rich. While the food is cooking, I go to the dining room. We have a small dining table with 4 chairs. I put a clean white tablecloth on the table. I put 2 nice plates, 2 forks, 2 knives, and 2 elegant wine glasses. I place 2 red candles in the middle of the table. Then I go to the bedroom. I look at myself in the mirror. My face looks tired. I have dark circles under my eyes from sadness. I want to look pretty for David. I want him to see the girl he married. I wash my face with warm water. I put on some makeup to hide the dark circles. I brush my brown hair until it is shiny and smooth. Then I open my wardrobe. I look at my dresses. I choose a dark green dress. It is David's favorite dress on me. He always said, "Anna, that green dress makes your eyes look like emeralds." I put on the dress. I put on a small silver necklace. I look in the mirror again. I look pretty. I look ready. I go back to the kitchen. The smell of the beef stew is incredible. It fills the whole house. It smells warm, rich, and welcoming. I look at the kitchen clock. It is 7:30. David usually comes home at 8 o'clock in the evening. His train from the city arrives at 7:20, and then he walks for 10 minutes to our house. I open the bottle of red wine. I pour a little into a glass and taste it. It is very good. It is smooth and warm. I light the 2 red candles on the dining table. I turn off the big, bright ceiling lights. Now the room is dark, but the candles give a beautiful, romantic orange glow. The table looks perfect. The food is ready. I am ready. I sit down on a chair in the living room. I wait. Tick-tock, tick-tock goes the clock on the wall. The sound is very regular. It feels slow. 7:45. I look at my phone. No messages from David. That is okay. He is probably on the train. 8 o'clock. My heart beats faster. Listen for the sound of his key in the front door. I listen for his footsteps in the garden. Nothing. Only the quiet rain. Drop, drop, drop. 8:15. David is not here. The train is perhaps late. Yes, trains are often late when it rains. I stand up and walk to the window. I look at the dark street. The street lamps are casting a yellow light on the wet asphalt. No one is walking. The street is completely empty. 8:30. The beef stew is still on the stove. I turn the heat down to low. I don't want the food to burn. The beautiful smell is still there, but now it makes me feel nervous, not happy. The red candles are burning down. The wax is melting. dropping slowly onto the silver holders. 9 o'clock. 1 hour late. I feel a cold fear in my stomach. Where is he? Why is he not home? Did he have an accident? Is he hurt? I take my phone. My hands are shaking. I find David's name. I press call. Ring, ring, ring. The phone rings for a long time. Then it goes to voicemail. Hello, this is David. I cannot answer the phone right now. Please leave a message. I hang up. I do not leave a message. I wait for 5 minutes. Then I call again. Ring, ring, ring. Voicemail. I sit down on the sofa. The green dress feels tight. The silver necklace feels heavy. I look at the dining table, the beautiful plates, the wine glasses, the candles. It looks like a stage for a play, but the main actor is missing. Where are you, David? I whisper. My voice is small in the dark room. At 9:30, I hear a sound outside. A car door closes. Bang. Then I hear footsteps on the gravel path. Slow, heavy footsteps. It is David. He is finally home. I stand up quickly. I feel a mix of relief and anger. He is safe, but why is he so late? Why didn't he call me? The key turns in the lock. The red door opens. David walks into the hallway. Chapter 5. The Confrontation. David takes off his black coat. He looks exhausted. His hair is a little wet from the rain. His shoulders are down. He puts his black bag on the floor. He walks into the living room. He stops when he sees the candles and the table. He smells the beef stew. He looks at my green dress, my makeup, and my silver necklace. He doesn't look happy. He looks shocked, and then he looks very angry. "What is this, Anna?" he asks. His voice is cold and heavy. "It is dinner, David," I say. I try to keep my voice calm, but my heart is pounding like a drum. "I made beef stew, your favorite. I bought wine. I wanted us to have a nice evening together. You are an hour and a half late. Why didn't you call me? I was so worried." "I called you twice, but you didn't answer." David looks away from me. He does not look at the table. He looks at the floor. "My phone died," he says flatly. "The battery was empty." "You could use the phone at the bank, David, or you could buy a charger. It takes 1 minute to send a message. I am late. That is all I wanted. I sat here in this dress for 2 hours, waiting for you. The food is drying up on the stove." "I told you before, Anna," David shouts suddenly. His voice is loud and angry. It shakes the quiet room. "I have a lot of work. I had a big meeting tonight. I had to finish a report for my boss. I work hard to pay for this house, to pay for the food, to pay for your life. I am tired. I don't want to come home." "A restaurant with candles and a wife who is screaming at me?" I step back. His words are like blows to my face. They hurt me physically. "I am not screaming at you, David," I say. And now the tears are flowing freely. They ruin my makeup, but I don't care. "I am talking to you. I am your wife. I care about you. I love you. But you don't care about me at all." "Stop it, Anna," he says, turning his back to me. He starts to walk toward the bedroom. "No, I will not stop," I shout. I run after him. I stand in front of the bedroom door. I block his way. I look up at his tall frame. I am angry now. The sadness is turning into fire. "Look at me, David. Look at my green dress. Remember this dress? You loved it. Now you don't even look at it. Look at this dinner. I spent 3 hours cooking for you. I spent my day crying at work because my husband treats me like a dog. No, dogs get more love than me." "Anna, move out of the way. David says through his teeth. His eyes are dark. His face is tense. "No! Answer me first!" I scream. "Tell me the truth. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you so cold? What is the secret? Do you have another woman? Are you in love with someone else at the bank?" David stops. He looks at me for a long time. The anger in his face slowly changes. It changes into something else. It changes into profound sadness. He looks very old suddenly. His shoulders drop even lower. "Another woman?" he says softly. He shakes his head. "No, Anna, there is no other woman. I don't love anyone else." "Then what is it?" I cry. I take the front of his shirt with my hands. I hold him tight. "Tell me." "Please, David, I am dying inside. Just tell me the truth. Do you not love me anymore?" The room becomes completely silent. The clock is still ticking in the background. Tick-tock, tick-tock. The fire in my heart turns into ice as I wait for his answer. I look into his brown eyes, praying for him to say, "Of course I love you, Anna. I am distressed." I want him to hug me and tell me everything is okay. David looks into my eyes. A tear forms in his eye. It is the first time I see him cry in 2 years. He takes my hands gently and moves them off his shirt. He holds my cold hands in his warm hands. He speaks very slowly. Every word is like a knife in my heart. "Anna," he says. His voice breaks. "I am so sorry, but I don't think I can do this anymore. You are right. I think I don't love you the way a husband should love a wife. Our love is gone." Chapter 6. The Long, Dark Night. The world stops moving. The ground feels unstable beneath my feet. I cannot breathe. The air is too thick. "What?" I whisper. I can barely make a sound. "What did you say?" David looks down at our hands. He lets go of my hands. They fall to my sides like dead weights. "I am sorry, Anna," he repeats. His voice is very quiet now. "I tried. For the last 6 months, I tried very hard. I went to work early and I stayed late because I didn't want to come home. Not because I hate you. You are a wonderful girl. You are beautiful, kind, and perfect. But the feeling, the magic is gone. I don't feel anything when I see you. When I look at our future, I see a dark room. We are just 2 people living in the same house. We are not a happy couple. I don't want to lie to you anymore. I don't want to lie to myself." I listen to his words. They fly around my head like black birds. The magic is gone. Our love is gone. I don't love you. "No," I say. I shake my head. "No, David, that is not true. You are just tired. Work is too hard. We can fix this. We can go on a holiday. We can go back to the beach where we went on our honeymoon. Remember the blue ocean? Remember the white sand? We were so happy there. We can find the love again." "It is not possible to find something that is dead, Anna," David says gently. His gentleness is worse than his anger. His anger gave me hope. His gentleness means it is finished. Love is like a flower. If it dies, you cannot make it grow again with words. I don't want to hurt you, but staying here and pretending is hurting you more. Every day you look at me and you cry. Every day I look at you and I feel guilty. This is not a life for you. This is not a life for me. I look at him. I feel a terrible, empty feeling inside my stomach. It is the feeling of nothingness. Everything I built, everything I believed in has gone. My house, my marriage, my husband, my future children. all gone in 1 minute. Hollow. When did it die, David? I ask. My voice is not screaming now. It is hollow. It sounds like an old woman's voice. When did you stop loving me? I don't know, he says, looking at the wall. Slowly, day by day, small things. We stopped laughing. We stopped sharing our thoughts. We became busy with our own lives. One day I woke up and looked at you, and I realized I am alone, and I am okay with being alone. That was the moment I knew. So, what do we do now? I ask, resigned. I think I should leave, David says. I have a friend, Mike. He has a spare room in his apartment in the city. I can stay there for a few weeks. Then we can talk about the house and the divorce. Divorce. The word is terrible. It is a word for other people, not for us, not for Tom and Sarah, not for David and Anna. Tonight? I ask. You are leaving tonight? In the rain? Yes, David says. It is better to do it now. If I stay tonight, tomorrow will be the same. Let's finish it cleanly. David walks into the bedroom. He takes a big suitcase from the top of the wardrobe. He opens it on the bed. He starts putting his clothes inside. T-shirts, shirts, trousers, socks. He does it quickly, methodically. He is an accountant. He organizes things well. I stand in the doorway of the bedroom. I watch him pack his life into a brown suitcase. I don't move. I don't cry anymore. My eyes are dry and hot. I feel numb. My brain is turned off. It takes him 20 minutes to pack. He closes the suitcase. Zip. The sound of the zipper is the final curtain on our marriage. He takes his bag and his suitcase. He walks down the hallway to the front door. I follow him like a shadow. He puts his hand on the door handle. He turns around and looks at me one last time. He looks sad, but he also looks relieved. The heavy weight is off his shoulders. He told the truth. He is free. Goodbye, Anna, he says. Take care of yourself. I will call you next week. Goodbye, David, I say. He opens the door. He steps outside. The cold rain falls on his suitcase. He walks down the path, through the gate, and disappears into the dark, misty night. I close the red door. I lock it. Click. I walk into the dining room. The 2 red candles are almost dead. There is only a small blue flame left on each one. The beef stew is cold on the stove. The bottle of wine is open on the table. I sit down in David's chair. I look at the empty plate across from me. The house is completely quiet. The storm outside has stopped. There is no wind. There is no loud rain. There is only the silence and the small, heavy voice in my mind speaking the absolute truth. He doesn't love me anymore. He is never coming back. Chapter 7. The Winter of the Heart. 1 month passes. Then 2 months pass. November comes with cold winds. December comes with white snow. The small town is covered in white. The trees are bare, like black skeletons, against the white sky. The river is frozen and gray. My life is quiet now. It is a mechanical life. I wake up at 7 o'clock. I don't make eggs or toast anymore. I drink a cup of black tea and eat a piece of dry bread. I don't look in the mirror for a long time. I don't wear my green dress. I wear big, heavy sweaters and dark jeans. I go to work at the flower shop every day. The shop is busy in December because people want to buy red flowers and green pine branches for Christmas. I work hard. I clean, I cut, I wrap flowers. I don't talk much. I try to stay busy so my mind doesn't think about David. Clara is very kind to me. She doesn't ask many questions now. She just gives me hot tea, cooks hot soup for lunch, and holds my hand when she sees a sad look on my face. She lets me stay in my quiet bubble. David called me 3 weeks after he left. His voice sounded distant, like he was calling from another country. He asked how I was. I said, I am okay. He said he found a small apartment in the city near the bank. He said his lawyer will send some papers for the divorce. I said, okay. We didn't argue. We didn't scream. We spoke like business partners. Our marriage was a company that was closing down. Every evening I come home to my small white house. The yellow flowers in the garden are dead under the snow. The house is always cold when I open the door. I turn on the heating, but the rooms feel empty. A house needs people to be warm. One person is not enough. I spend my evenings on the sofa with a blanket. I watch the television, but I don't see the pictures. I look at the high shelf where our wedding photo is. In the photo, we are smiling. We look so young. We look so safe. I want to tell that girl in the white dress, be careful. Love doesn't last forever. It can die in the winter. December 24th is Christmas Eve. The shop closes early at 3 o'clock. Go home, Anna, Clara says, giving me a small box wrapped in gold paper. This is a small gift for you. Some sweet biscuits with cinnamon. Eat them with tea tonight. Don't be too sad. Christmas is a time for hope. Thank you, Clara, I say. I hug her. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, my dear girl, she says. I walk home. The town is full of light. There are colorful Christmas lights on the houses, red, green, blue, yellow. Families are walking together. Children are laughing, wearing red hats and warm gloves. Fathers are carrying big green Christmas trees. Mothers are holding shopping bags full of gifts. Everyone is happy. Everyone has a home full of people. I arrive at my house. There are no lights on my house. It is dark and silent. I walk inside. I don't light a fire. I don't put up a Christmas tree. I don't want a tree for myself. It is too sad. I sit on the sofa in the dark room. The snow is falling outside the window. Large, soft white flakes are covering the world. It is a beautiful night, but I feel like a prisoner in a castle of ice. I open Clara's box. The smell of cinnamon and sugar comes out. I take one biscuit and eat it. It is sweet, but it tastes like dust in my mouth. I look at my hands. I am still wearing my gold wedding ring. I haven't taken it off. Why? Because I am afraid. Taking it off means it is truly over. It means I am an unmarried woman again. It means the dream is dead. I look at the snow outside. 2 years ago, David, I whisper. 2 years ago, we sat here on Christmas Eve. We opened gifts. You gave me a small silver watch. You said, every minute with you is a gift, Anna. Where is that man now? Where did he go? No one answers. The room is silent. The snow continues to fall, burying the town, burying the garden, burying my past life under a thick blanket of white ice. Chapter 8. The First Light of Spring. More months pass. January is cold and long. February has many gray, rainy days. But then March arrives. Something begins to change. The sun stays in the sky a little longer in the evening. The snow starts to melt. Small streams of water run down the streets. The ice on the big river cracks with a loud sound. The ground becomes brown and soft. One morning in late March, I walk into my garden before work. I look down at the dark soil near the red door. I see something small and green pushing through the earth. It is a small green leaf. It is a snowdrop flower. It is the first flower of the spring. I look at that small green leaf. It is very small, but it is very strong. It survived the terrible winter. It survived the heavy snow and the freezing ice.
It wanted to live, so it grew. I touch the small leaf with my finger. I feel a strange sensation in my chest. It is a tiny spark. It is not sadness. It is not anger. It is something I haven't felt in 6 months. It is curiosity. Curiosity about tomorrow. I go to work. The flower shop is full of color now. We have bright yellow daffodils, blue irises, and pink tulips. The smell is fresh and alive. Clara looks at me when I walk in. She smiles her big, warm smile. "Anna, look at you today. You look different." "Do I?" I ask. "Yes," Clara says. "You are not looking at the floor today. You're looking forward, and your face has a little color. The spring is coming, Anna, not just for the flowers, but for you too." I look at the yellow daffodils. "I saw a flower in my garden today, Clara. A snowdrop. It was growing in the mud." Clara nods wisely. "The winter always ends, Anna. No matter how cold it is, the sun always comes back. Your heart is like that garden. David took the summer away, and you had a long winter, but your heart is still alive. You are 25 years old. You have a long, beautiful life ahead of you. You must let the winter go. You must open the windows and let the fresh air inside." That afternoon, I sit in the back room during my break. I look at my gold wedding ring. I turn it around and around on my finger. I think about David. I don't feel the sharp, burning pain anymore. The pain has changed. It is now a dull ache, like an old injury. I realize something important. I cannot force a man to love me. I cannot spend my life crying for a ghost. David is gone, and he is happy in the city. I am here, and I must find a way to be happy too. I take a deep breath. I put my fingers on the gold ring. I pull it slowly. It is a little tight, but it moves. I slide it off my finger. My finger looks bare. It feels light. I look at the ring in my hand. It is just a piece of yellow metal. It doesn't hold my life anymore. I take a small envelope from the table. I put the ring inside. I seal the envelope. I will send it to David's lawyer with the divorce papers. I signed the papers yesterday. I didn't cry when I signed them. I just wrote my name, Anna Martin. My old name, my true name. I walk out of the back room. I feel lighter. I feel like a person who has dropped a heavy suitcase after a very long walk. Chapter 9. A new day and a new smile. 2 more months pass. It is now a beautiful Saturday in May. The sky is a brilliant, endless blue. The sun is warm and kind. The trees are full of small, bright green leaves. My garden is beautiful. The yellow flowers are back, bigger and brighter than last year. I am wearing a yellow dress today. It is light and pretty. I brush my hair and put on a little pink lipstick. I look in the mirror. I don't see the sad, crying girl from October. I see a young woman with clear eyes and a calm face. I smile at myself. It is a real smile. It is a happy smile. Today is my day off. I decide to go for a long walk in the big park near the Blue River. The park is full of life. Dogs are running after balls. People are sitting on green blankets, eating sandwiches and drinking juice. I walk along the river path.
The water is sparkling in the sun like millions of diamonds. The sound of the river is peaceful. Flow, flow, flow. I sit down on a wooden bench under a big oak tree. I close my eyes and feel the warm sun on my face. The wind is gentle. It plays with my hair. I think about the past year. It was the hardest year of my life. I lost my husband. I lost my dream. I thought I would die of a broken heart. I thought the phrase, "he doesn't love me anymore," was the end of my story. But now, I know it was not the end. It was just the end of one chapter. A new chapter is starting now. It is a chapter about me, about Anna. I am learning to love myself. I am learning to enjoy the quiet house. I am learning to cook small meals just for me and eat them while reading a good book. I have good friends, I have Clara, and I have a job I love. I am independent. I am free. I open my eyes. A small brown dog runs up to my bench. It has big ears and a wagging tail. It stops in front of me and looks up with happy eyes. "Hello there," I say softly. I bend down and pat its soft head. "Where is your owner?" A man runs up the path. He is breathless. He looks about 28 years old. He has short blonde hair and kind green eyes. He is wearing running clothes. "Oh, I'm so sorry," the man says, smiling. He is catching his breath. "Buster, come here. Don't bother the lady." "He is not bothering me," I say, laughing. My laugh sounds musical in the warm air. "He is very sweet. What is his name?" "His name is Buster," the man says. He looks at me. He stops talking for a moment. He looks at my yellow dress, my brown hair, and my smile. His green eyes are bright and warm. There is a look of interest in his eyes, a genuine, beautiful look. "I am Liam, by the way." "I am Anna," I say. "Nice to meet you, Anna," Liam says. He sits down on the other end of the wooden bench. Buster sits at his feet, looking happy. "It is a beautiful day for a walk, isn't it?" "Yes," I say, looking at the blue river, the green trees, and the bright sun. I look into Liam's kind green eyes and feel a beautiful warmth in my heart. The winter is completely gone. The spring is here. It is a truly beautiful day. We start to talk. We talk about the park, about dogs, about the town. The conversation is easy and simple. We laugh together, and as we talk, I know that my life is going to be wonderful. I am happy, and I am ready for the future.